Hey guys, Fat Preacher Man here, and just going to talk some more about The Walking Dead No Man's Land. So I'm working on the challenge right now, and you see that I've already gone through a little bit. And one of the things about the challenges is it's really helpful to have a good guild, and my guys are pretty good. This is second day of the challenge, and most everybody's participated in some way, some more than others, but overall you can see that as far as challenges goes, my guild's been in there 133 times, and since it's a weekly challenge, that means over 2 years, right? Because 52 and 52 would be 104. So so I've been playing this for a little while, and that's one of the things I want to talk about today is, whether or not to ever actually spend money in game. One of the best ways, in my opinion, is to spend money, if you're going to do it, is to do it small. Like if you go back and you go to your guild and the different things that they have, one of the little things that you can get is right here, the double XP. That to me is always great. Sometimes they'll do it in game, and when they do, you want to take advantage of it. That's why I always do my best not to sell off any, to get rid of any weapons like this. If you scrap it now, you'll get this. But if I wait and scrap it when I got the double XP, it's doubled. So that's always better to do. So you just let them build up, and like right now, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, I can have up to 300 pieces of equipment. So I've got plenty of space. Because once those happen, once they go into that doubling mode, then that's when I scrap everything. Same thing with the new little craftsman thing. I haven't actually broken any of the badges, because you can, like you'll have leftover badges. If you scroll all the way down to the unused badges, you can scrap them and get stuff for them. If I get down there, I got quite a few. So each one of my guys, except for Eugene, has badges. Okay, so I'm all the way down here at the bottom. So any of these, like for example this, these badges, I could scrap. But I don't want to. Because every once in a while they'll do the thing where you can switch badges around, and if you get a whole set of badges on somebody that's the same, the same type, color, then you get sort of bonuses. You get sets. So the different shapes and stuff like that. So see, it tells you over there, filter your badge inventory by set, equip 4 badges of the same set to activate a set bonus. So the next time they do the free badge switcheroos, that's when I'm going to utilize that to try to get badge set matches on my best guys. And again, for me, my best guys are Rosita, Abraham, Tara, and Rick. I'm trying to get everybody up to level 21. Still have to get Sasha and Dwight. Not going to worry about Eugene. Need to get Ezekiel and Jerry. Got all my scouts and Governor and Rufus. So still a few guys to get up to level 21, but for the most part, I'm pretty much combat ready. But again, working on the challenges, one of the things that to me is important is to maximize these times 2s. So going into it, you want to make sure that you have the guys are going to be able to take care of it. It's not like when you go on the scavenger missions, those you can complete with just everybody can be almost dead. But if you're at that point on these, then you lose some of those stars. So that's why I do my best to make sure that my guys don't get hurt and come out unscathed. And even if they do get hurt, hurt to the point where it stops from getting the full reward, because your guys can take a little nick or scrape and it not count against you. The no struggle, the no injury, complete mission. There's been times before where I've just barely struggled through because I want to complete a whole set. So I'll just get the one, but it'll be when I can only get the single stars. Because when you complete all 6, then not only do you get a bonus of whatever level difficulty you're at. So right now, when I complete all this 6, not only will I get all 6 of this, so I'll get the other 4, so that would be 530 and 21, so 51 altogether. So that should push me, way up over that. So that's one of the things I strive for, and again, trying to make sure that I'm doing my part to help my team get that extra reward, those phones. It's always nice to log in and your team has done work and you get whatever bonuses are waiting for you. Again, one of the things I'd like to do is use the mechanics of the game to my advantage. The Overwatch is really helpful because even though you can hurt most of the time kill enemies, it doesn't count again as to attract walkers, which is helpful because you don't want to attract any more walkers than necessary. And the longer, one thing I haven't mentioned yet that hopefully you guys already know is the longer you're on a level, and if that level is one that has enemy spawns, then every time they spawn, they're going to get tougher and tougher. So see, like if I can get Abraham off of here without getting any more damage, which might be tricky at this point. Then so if I can get so you see both of them took 1 damage, but it's barely noticeable on them, and they're really tough and they have good armor. So if I can get them out of here without any more damage like that, I should still get my full reward. See, it didn't count as an injury, so yay. But you have to be careful with that, because the higher the guys are, the higher the walkers, the higher the freed, the saviors or whoever you're fighting, humans, the tougher that one hit will be. So sometimes taking that one hit will be enough to count as a bruise. And once you're bruised, even if you have Tara and you heal her, the bruise will still count as damage. And once they grab a hold of you, now as you saw, even though Abraham got stunned, it still didn't count against me, which is great. But once you get held, then not only do you get damaged, but you also lose the other bonus. So that's why you gotta try to be careful. And after you've played for a while, getting to know where the enemies spawn at, and it helps you to see patterns and things like that, so you know where and when things will come. Like a lot of the levels, like now it's going to be a bunch of the guys spawning from the fire until I get off of this stage. It's going to be 2, 2, 2. As opposed to, and also as you see, I keep attracting more zombies every time I shoot. So, but I'll get out of here before that. So then take care of those 2 and get out of here. So again, even though Abraham took a tiny hit, it doesn't count against me. Now again, nice thing with Tara is if she does take a tiny hit and you heal her, she can take another tiny hit, and so on. So if you have her as leader, that's a good way to go. Now, so you guys see, like today, for this challenge today, is use Rufus. So I'm not going to use Rufus in here because he's not strong enough, but later I may use him on scavenge missions. My scavengers are at 5 resources right now, 5 gas tanks. So those are just some of the things I wanted to talk about, wanted to share. If you guys got any questions or any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and share. Jesus bless you, and good gaming.